Welcome to Conference Championship Week. All right, folks, we had two matchups this past weekend. Again, I'm Sam, and with us we have Rob. How's it going, Rob?
It's going well, Sam. I was in one of those two matchups.
You were one of those two
I'm
matchups.
assuming I'm going to be one of four people listening to
Final four.
Yep.
Well, let's get started right away. This should be a quick podcast.
Let's go fast.
You want to talk about your matchup first?
I do. I won. It was awesome. It was great. I mean, I'm back in the championship game again. I was in there. I lost to Michael 2 years ago, and so we'll see if I had better luck this year. I'll talk about my matchup. Let's look at this. 79% efficiency rating. This is going to be the theme of the show here tonight. 79%, leaving all kinds of points on the bench. Justin Jackson benched him at like 9:58 a.m. because I wanted to, quote, spread the wealth. So that was a good non-starter. Put Alexander Madison, and he wasn't a total disaster. I mean, the theme of this game is going to be closer than it should have been. Christian Kirk, what a dud, man. All year long I laughed about picking up Christian Kirk. I finally was so desperate I grabbed him. 4 points. But I got just enough out of Herbert, Rodgers, Taylor, 11. Devontae Adams started off big time. It was kind of a weird game for Gang Green. I started off real hot on the Saturday morning Christmas game, afternoon game, I guess it was. Packers had a huge first half. I had 3 Rodgers touchdowns, 2 of them to Devontae Adams. I'm like, man, I'm rolling. And then it just went kaput. I think he got 40 more yards in the second half. It was weird. And then the Sunday night game, or the Saturday night game, Jonathan Taylor didn't do much of anything. So, but as it turns out, 143 was good. Back at the bat, again, leading the theme here. 27 points by Rashad Penny sitting on the pine there, coming in at 82% efficiency rating. Buffalo Bills, the big movie made, though, that undid him 2 weeks ago. He picked up the Chargers in what seemed like a no-brainer start against the Houston Texans. They were worth 1 point. 1 point, Sam.
Yeah. What happened?
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
They didn't show up, and they had COVID, so
Yep.
they got beat, And Tatus, I mean, my God, he had 42 out of Damian Harris, which I'm like, dude, who is Damian Harris?
Who
is a fair
is
question. I'm like, if I'm getting beat by Damian Harris, I mean, come on, except Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts did his normal 20. But I'm going to get beat by Damian Harris. So I went into the afternoon, I think it was up by 14, I think it was. But it was really 13 because Tate had the tiebreaker on, like a 13-yard touchdown. So, they were not long scores, but hence is late December football. Tyreek Hill and Chris Boswell, and Tyreek Hill, I think, was basically running decoy out there, and the Chiefs just rolled over the Steelers. His pig got 3 points out of Boswell. It was great. He missed his first field goal attempt. That was great. Put him in a -1. He did recover, and they got a garbage time field goal and a garbage time touchdown. But, Gang Green taking out the back of the bat. That was a tough one. It's always tough to beat Taze. He's a great, great player. And, this was my week. I just kind of got a little bit lucky. You can see 143, 130. It wasn't anything huge. Not a ton to talk about other than why didn't I start Justin Jackson? Why didn't he start Rashad Penny? I mean, there you go.
Yeah, so he'll be in the consolation bracket, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's a difference between, I think it's like 375, 275, 400, 300 with the pickups. So yes, he's playing for third this year. No shame in that. Gang Green's playing for the championship. So.
Yep. So let's go on over and talk about the other side. Saz versus Degenerate Bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, Sam, before we get there, if the point of the season, in my mind, every year is to play all 17 weeks, right?
Yep.
If you play all 17 weeks, then you did good. Only 4 teams get to do that, so 25% of the league. So it is kind of nice, even if you're playing in that third, fourth place game. So we get the money out there pretty good. But I was thinking that the other day. The goal of every season is to play 17 weeks.
You play to win the game. That's it. You play to win the game.
Weeks, man. Sometimes this shit's just entertaining. I mean, if you paid your bills, there's back in September, so you're really just playing for free right now. It is fun. Hence, taking us to the Degenerate Bastards in the Savs game, and let's get right back into this efficiency. Savs, who is the winner in this game, came in with a whopping 85.2% roster efficiency. Again, Rashad Penny riding the pine, man. James Robinson going out like with the ACL tear right off the bat it looked like it might be a killer for him, and this was right after George Kittle had just done nothing on Thursday night. 2 points, man. The Niners, man, Garoppolo's a bad quarterback. But he's going into this and had a fairly, he's down and then he was up. He got a pretty significant lead going after Mahomes got rolling, and it's just kind of a boring 30-point game for Mahomes. He just kind of got it rolling. He hurts. The 33, he was smart enough to start Jackson. And then Michael just comes storming back with, he had the Cowboys on Sunday night, and I don't know if anybody bothered to watch that disaster. I was busy doing something else, and, I'm like, honey's like, you caught up.
I watched it. I watched it. It was, yeah.
I'm looking at this Cowboys defense here. Give me a second. I'm going to go backwards a couple of weeks here and just take a look. In 39 this week, a measly 28 the week before. Week 14, they came in at, give me a second to find them here, 35. And let's do one more week back from there. Going back to week 13, 32. So there's 4 weeks running. Hell, let's see how long it took them before they were below 30 here. 20. Okay, you didn't start them that week. All right, 18. So they were on a 4-week run of basically 30 or more points. That is fantastic defense. And you lost because Jalen Waddle, of all things, they go into the Monday night game. I think he's down by 14 points now. 13, something like that, 11. Who the hell knows? So they go into the game, and of all things, a rookie wide receiver runs it in for a goal line touchdown. And I went, well, that's a very strange way to lose a game there, So because you went, well, I was worried about Waddle catching passes, and they weren't having much luck throwing the ball against Saints defense is pretty good. But he gets the run in for the touchdown, and so be it. And so it sets up our showdown with the Gang Green versus good old Cavs. Should be a big-time game. What do you think, Sam?
I think it'd be like this week's, like about this week's score, about the 150-ish. COVID, injuries, man,
So far this week, it's better. Last week was ridiculous. Dude, I think we all had our phones on auto alert. And just guys were getting added to this constantly. It's just Eckler, Kelsey. It's just one after the next. You couldn't tell who the hell was playing. So far this week, it's Carson Wentz. And who the hell cares about Carson Wentz? Except for me, because, they're going to have to play a rookie quarterback out there against the Raiders. So
did you read they gave Phillip Rivers a call?
I did. And I'm a little surprised Phillip Rivers didn't give it a shot, but that would have been a catastrophe. That really speaks well for the rookie quarterback out there, what they think of him. But again, Carson Wentz actually had a decent game the other night. May or may not be playing this week, so who the hell knows? But, it's, you got some weather games. You got Rodgers up there against Minnesota, which is always a nice thing. But it's probably going to be like 12 degrees. Tay's got, not Tay. Savs has, Mahomes rolling out there in Cincinnati in what could be a huge game there. So, we'll have to see. I don't know if Eckler's, I know Eckler's back. I don't know if he's, wide open. And there'll be pickups this week. I think it was like a dozen running back pickups last week, none of them for Rex Burkhead, which would have been the difference maker. So it should be interesting. And then the other game, you got Savs and Michael. Not a whole lot to talk about for a third place game, but I wish those guys well. And I, of course, wish Sam, I'm having trouble with his name. Savs well. I'll sure remember his name after he beats me this weekend. But it's, I wish everybody well, and everybody have a good year. It's been a fun season. Yeah,
it's great season, guys. Good luck to the four teams that are still in it. Don't forget to pay the commission if you haven't yet. And again, Happy New Year, and be safe out there. Great season, everybody.
Sam, just before we go, thank you for doing this podcast all year long. You're a great friend of the league. Thank you for the trophies. Thank you for everything you do. We really appreciate you. And, I'm sure Sabs and Michael, thank you for bowing out in the playoffs so they can go forward this year. So,
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.